Balance is one of the most underrated skills of healthy aging, yet it is one of the most powerful predictors of long-term independence, confidence, and mobility. After the age of 50, many people begin to notice subtle changes without fully understanding why they happen. Maybe getting out of bed feels a little unsteady. Maybe walking on uneven ground requires more attention. Maybe standing on one leg while putting on pants becomes a challenge when it used to be effortless. These moments often feel small, but they reveal how much balance influences everyday life. Japanese elders understand this better than most cultures because they view balance not only as a physical skill but as a lifelong practice that supports the body, the mind, and the spirit. Controlled leg lifts, slow shifting of weight, mindful steps, and deliberate movements are woven into their daily routines, helping them move with calmness and stability long into their 80s and 90s. As the body ages, the muscles that stabilize the hips, knees, and ankles naturally weaken unless they are consistently used. The tiny muscles around the joints, especially the ones that help us stand, walk, bend, and catch ourselves when something unexpected happens, tend to decline faster than the larger muscles of the legs. This is why a person may still feel strong in their thighs or calves yet struggle to maintain balance during simple tasks. The problem is not strength. It is the slow weakening of the stabilizers. Controlled leg lifts are one of the simplest and most effective ways to wake these stabilizers up again. When you slowly lift your leg, hold it for a moment, and then lower it with control, the muscles around your hips fire up, your core activates, and your body learns how to stay steady while moving. Over time, this practice trains the brain and the muscles to work together, making your steps smoother and your posture more confident. Japanese elders often say that good balance begins in the feet. The feet contain many small muscles and nerve endings that help your brain understand where your body is in space. As people age, these signals can become weaker, especially if they spend most of their time in cushioned shoes, sitting for long hours, or walking only on flat surfaces. This is why gentle movements like lifting the leg, circling the ankle, standing on one leg, or shifting weight from side to side are so important. These movements reawaken the communication between the brain and the feet. When the feet get stronger and more responsive, the entire body becomes more stable. Every step becomes safer. Every movement becomes more controlled. Even simple tasks like climbing stairs, stepping over objects, or walking outside feel easier and more natural. A major reason balance declines after 50 is the gradual loss of proprioception, which is the brain's ability to sense where your body parts are without looking at them. It's the skill that allows you to walk in the dark or reach for something behind you. When proprioception weakens, people may feel clumsy, uncoordinated, or unsure of their movements. The beautiful thing is that proprioception can be trained and strengthened at any age. Slow, controlled leg lifts challenge the body to stabilize itself without relying on vision. When you lift your leg slowly, your core adjusts, your ankle makes micro-corrections, your hip engages, and your brain becomes more aware of what your body is doing. This small but powerful exercise improves the neural pathways that help maintain balance during daily life. Balance training also reduces the risk of falls, which is one of the biggest concerns for people over 50. Falls can lead to fractures, long recovery times, and a loss of independence. Many people fear falling, but ironically, the fear itself often makes balance worse. Fear causes the body to tense up, the steps to become shorter, and the muscles to stiffen. Japanese elders practice balance movements not with fear but with mindfulness and relaxation. They breathe slowly, move intentionally, and stay connected to the ground beneath them. This calming approach trains both the body and mind to stay steady under pressure. Emotion plays a surprisingly big role in balance. Stress, anxiety, and worry can tighten muscles and disrupt posture, making balance more difficult. When the mind is calm, the body moves with ease. When the mind is overwhelmed, the body becomes rigid. This is why balance exercises are often paired with slow breathing and focused attention. The gentle combination of movement and calmness creates a sense of inner equilibrium. People who practice controlled leg lifts daily often report not only improved stability but also improved mental clarity and emotional calm. The body and mind mirror each other, and when one becomes more stable, the other naturally follows. Light daily exercise supports balance by strengthening the entire system. Walking, especially walking at different speeds or walking sideways or backward, trains the brain to adjust to changing patterns. Tai Chi, a traditional practice embraced by elders in many Asian cultures, is built around slow, controlled weight shifting and is known to dramatically improve balance. Even simple exercises like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, lifting your knees slowly while holding onto a chair, or stepping over imaginary lines on the floor can slowly build a stronger foundation. Lifestyle habits also play a role. Hydration affects balance because dehydration makes the blood thicker and slows circulation, which can cause dizziness. Proper sleep keeps the brain sharp enough to coordinate movements. A nutrient-rich diet supports muscle function, nerve signaling, and joint strength. Foods high in omega-3 fats, antioxidants, and minerals support the neuromuscular system that controls balance. Japanese elders often drink green tea, eat fish rich in healthy fats, consume fermented foods that support gut health, and eat colorful vegetables that reduce inflammation. All of these habits indirectly support balance by keeping the muscles, nerves, and joints functioning well. Another important factor is posture. Poor posture shifts the body's center of gravity, making balance more difficult. Over time, sitting too long or leaning forward can weaken the core, tighten the hips, and strain the back. Controlled leg lifts naturally correct posture because they require the body to align itself to stay steady. With practice, you begin standing taller without even trying, your steps feel lighter, and your movements become more coordinated. The beauty of balance training is that it takes only a few minutes a day. Most Japanese elders do not set aside dedicated workout time, they weave balance movements into everyday life. They lift their legs while waiting for water to boil, practice standing on one leg while watching TV, shift their weight slowly while brushing their hair, or walk in small circles to warm up their joints. By making balance a natural part of their day, they maintain mobility far longer than many people expect. When you practice controlled leg lifts consistently, you are not just improving physical balance but creating a sense of internal stability. You begin to trust your movements again. You walk with more assurance. You feel grounded rather than fragile. The world feels less intimidating and more navigable. Confidence grows, not from pushing your body to extremes but from respecting it, strengthening it, and giving it the gentle attention it needs to thrive over time. Leg strength is one of the greatest predictors of how well you will move, feel, and live after the age of 50. Many people don't realize it, but the legs are the foundation of the entire body, supporting not only physical mobility but also heart health, balance, circulation, and metabolic strength. When your legs become weak, simple everyday tasks begin to feel harder. Getting out of a chair requires more effort. Climbing stairs becomes tiring. Walking feels slower. Even standing for long periods can create discomfort. This is why light daily squatting is such a powerful habit for older adults. Japanese elders understand this deeply, which is why they maintain leg strength through simple, functional movements they incorporate naturally into their daily routines. Squatting is not just an exercise for them, it's a way of life, a movement pattern used for sitting, resting, gardening, cooking, and maintaining independence well into their later years. As the body ages, muscle mass naturally declines, especially in the thighs and hips. This process, known as sarcopenia, begins in the mid-30s but accelerates after 50. Many people believe that declining strength is an unavoidable part of getting older, but much of it comes simply from not using the muscles enough. The concept of use it or lose it becomes especially true for the legs. Squatting gently every day signals the body to preserve and rebuild those muscles. Even a small range of motion, done consistently, helps the legs stay strong, flexible, and capable of supporting your weight without strain. Japanese elders often perform squatting movements throughout the day without ever labeling them as exercise. When they bend down to pick something up, they squat. When they lower themselves into a chair, they squat. When they get up from the floor, they use a squat-like motion. These natural movements keep the legs active and responsive. The result is that many Japanese seniors remain mobile and independent long after people in other cultures begin to rely on assistance. Their ease of movement is not the result of luck but of daily habits that keep the legs strong without overexertion. Strengthening the legs also improves circulation. The muscles in the legs act as pumps that help blood move upward toward the heart, especially when you walk, squat, or rise from a seated position. When the leg muscles weaken, blood flow slows, and you may experience swelling, heaviness, or fatigue. Simple squats encourage the muscles to contract and release, helping the veins push blood upward. This not only reduces the risk of circulation problems but also supports heart health and overall energy levels. People often feel more awake and more grounded after doing just a few slow squats. Another powerful benefit of light squatting is its impact on posture and spinal health. When you squat correctly, the core muscles naturally activate to support the lower back. Over time, this helps reduce back pain and improves alignment. Many older adults struggle with posture issues because their legs and hips are not strong enough to support the rest of the body. The pelvis tilts forward, the lower back tightens, and the upper body compensates by leaning or hunching. Squatting gently strengthens the muscles that stabilize the spine and hips, helping the body return to a more natural, upright posture. This makes walking easier, reduces the risk of injuries, and improves confidence in everyday movement. One of the most beautiful aspects of light squatting is how it connects you to your body. As you lower yourself with intention, you become more aware of your breath, your muscles, and your posture. This mindfulness transforms a simple movement into an act of self-care. Many Japanese elders view daily movement as a form of gratitude toward the body, a way of honoring what it can still do. This positive relationship with movement motivates them to stay active without pressure or fear. They move because it feels good, because it keeps them connected to life, and because it gives them a sense of freedom and purpose. Small lifestyle adjustments can make squatting even more effective. Eating a balanced diet rich in calcium, magnesium, and protein supports muscle repair. Staying hydrated keeps the joints lubricated and reduces stiffness. Getting sunlight helps maintain bone health. Practicing slow breathing while squatting enhances relaxation and reduces tension. These small habits create a supportive environment for the legs to grow stronger and more stable over time. Light daily squatting also reflects a mindset of resilience. When you squat, even if it's only a few inches down, you are telling your body, I still want to move. I still want to grow. I still want to take care of myself. This inner message is powerful. It reinforces a sense of control over your health and future. Many people after 50 begin to feel like their best physical years are behind them, but this simple movement proves otherwise. Every squat is a reminder that strength can be built at any age, mobility can be restored, and independence can be protected. The more you practice light squatting, the more you begin to trust your body again. Tasks that once felt difficult, getting up from the floor, lifting groceries, climbing stairs, become easier. You start moving with more confidence and less hesitation. Your steps become lighter. Your hips feel more open. Your back feels stronger. And perhaps most importantly, your mind feels clearer and more optimistic. Physical strength directly influences emotional strength. When your body feels strong, your spirit grows stronger too. The simple act of squatting gently every day is not just about building leg strength. It is about reconnecting with your body, revitalizing your energy, and creating a foundation for long-term wellness. It is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself as you age, not through intensity but through consistency and kindness toward your body. As we grow older, balance becomes one of the strongest indicators of overall health, independence, and confidence, yet most people don't think about it until they begin to feel it slipping away. Maybe it shows up as a wobble when you stand on one leg, or a hesitation when stepping off a curb, or a sudden awareness that your body doesn't feel as steady as it once did. These small moments can be unsettling, but they are also incredibly important signals from your body. They are reminders that balance is not something we lose overnight. It fades gradually when we don't train it, nurture it, or pay attention to it. And the encouraging truth is that just as balance can decline, it can also improve, dramatically, through simple daily habits that take only minutes but make a lifetime of difference. Japanese elders understand this deeply. They practice gentle balance-focused movements every day, not as intense workouts but as a natural part of life, and these habits allow them to move gracefully and confidently right into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. When people talk about balance, they often imagine standing on one leg or performing complicated yoga poses, but real balance is much more subtle. It begins with the tiny muscles in the feet and ankles that constantly adjust to keep you upright. These muscles work every time you shift from one foot to the other, step forward, turn your body, or even stand still. Over time, especially after 50, these muscles weaken if they aren't deliberately engaged. The body becomes more dependent on vision and momentum, and less on inner stability. This is why controlled leg lifts are so powerful. When you lift your legs slowly and deliberately, without swinging or rushing, those stabilizing muscles activate. They learn to hold you steady, even when your weight shifts or your center of gravity changes. This retraining process strengthens not only the muscles but also the neural pathways in the brain that control balance. Controlled leg lifts also build confidence. Confidence in movement is something many older adults don't notice they are losing until they start avoiding certain activities. Maybe they avoid walking on uneven ground, or stepping on stools, or climbing stairs without holding the railing. Each avoidance creates a small limitation, and these limitations eventually stack up until life feels smaller. But when you practice balance daily, your confidence grows with every repetition. You start to feel that your body can support you again, that you can trust it, that it will respond when you need it to. This feeling of trust is priceless because it affects the way you move through the world. It influences your posture, your gait, and even your facial expressions. People who feel stable move differently. They walk with a sense of assurance, their steps are smoother, and their bodies appear more relaxed. Another important part of balance is coordination. Coordination is the brain's ability to communicate efficiently with the muscles. When you perform controlled leg lifts, you are not just strengthening your legs, you are teaching your brain how to fire the right muscles at the right time. This fine-tuning improves your reflexes, which is critical for fall prevention. Many falls happen not because a person is weak but because the body doesn't react quickly enough when something unexpected happens, like slipping on a wet floor or misjudging the height of a step. Controlled leg lifts improve reaction time by sharpening the communication between the brain and body. The more consistently you practice, the better your body becomes at catching itself when you stumble, helping you stay upright instead of falling. Breathing also plays a role in balance. When you breathe deeply and steadily during controlled leg lifts, your core muscles engage naturally. This connection between breath and movement stabilizes your torso, creating a stronger foundation for your legs to work from. Japanese elders often pair slow breathing with gentle movement because they understand how deeply the mind influences physical stability. When the mind is calm, the body becomes steady. When the mind is anxious, the muscles tighten and movements become stiff, making balance even harder. Practicing leg lifts with calm breathing helps train the nervous system to stay relaxed during motion, which translates into more fluid, confident movement throughout the day. Another benefit of controlled leg lifts is improved posture. Good posture is essential for balance because it keeps the body aligned in a way that reduces unnecessary strain on the joints and muscles. Many older adults develop forward-leaning posture or rounded shoulders due to years of sitting, stress, or lack of movement. This posture shifts the body's center of gravity and increases the risk of losing balance. But when you lift your legs slowly and intentionally, your core automatically engages, your spine lengthens, and your shoulders align over your hips. Practicing this daily gradually retrains the body to adopt a more upright posture even during normal activities like walking or standing. Balance training also has a surprising emotional and psychological impact. People who struggle with balance often feel embarrassed, fearful, or frustrated, even if they don't talk about it. They may stop doing activities they enjoy, like dancing, hiking, or playing with grandchildren, because they feel unstable. But as they regain stability through controlled leg lifts, these emotional barriers begin to fade. They reconnect with parts of life they thought were slipping away. They feel hopeful again, enthusiastic again, even young again. The act of improving balance becomes more than a physical exercise, it becomes a reclaiming of freedom. Lifestyle habits also influence balance. What you eat affects your muscles, nerves, and energy levels. Foods rich in magnesium, potassium, omega-3 fats, and antioxidants support the neuromuscular system that controls balance. Hydration keeps the brain alert and reduces dizziness. Quality sleep improves coordination and reaction time. Even something as simple as wearing supportive footwear can make balance training easier and more effective. Japanese elders often walk barefoot indoors to strengthen their feet naturally, and they choose shoes that allow their toes to spread and connect with the ground. These small decisions build a strong foundation for balance in daily life. Light daily exercise also supports balance in powerful ways. Activities like walking on grass, practicing slow stepping patterns, moving sideways, or gently shifting weight from one foot to the other help challenge the body in natural, real-life ways. These movements keep the joints flexible, the muscles responsive, and the brain engaged. They also reduce stiffness, which is another major factor that limits balance. A body that moves often is a body that stays youthful. Controlled leg lifts also reinforce resilience. Every time you lift your legs slowly, hold your balance, breathe calmly, and lower it with control, you are telling your body that you are still capable, still strong, and still willing to learn and improve. This mindset matters just as much as the physical motion. Many older adults unknowingly internalize the idea that aging means decline, but movements like these prove the opposite. They show that the body can adapt at any age, the brain can grow at any age, and strength can return at any age. With consistency, a person who struggles to lift their leg today may find themselves steadier, stronger, and more confident within weeks. The beauty of controlled leg lifts lies in their simplicity. You don't need equipment, a gym, or long workouts. You just need your body, your breath, and a willingness to practice gently each day. The rewards touch every aspect of your life. They help you walk more confidently, stand with better posture, move with greater ease, and live with more independence. They help you trust your body again, feel secure on your feet, and experience a sense of stability that supports not only your movement but your peace of mind.